Irene, the team captain for Sequence. I do play netball for KCCA, that's my club, and for national team as well. In fact, in my childhood, I didn't know anything about like the issue of sport, but I really had my personal love for studies. And by the time when I joined, let me say primary level, by then I lost my dad when I was just in primary one. And he used to be the only person like in our family who used to encourage like the kids to study, and he could support each and everyone in the family to go to school. And by the time when he died and there was nobody behind like to raise the remaining kids who were still young, like who loved to study, so I had my own senior women teacher who used to be so courageous with the girl child education in primary level. And I used to get in touch with her, like to ask her in case if I want to study and I don't have anyone who could at least go uplift me in the side of studies, like how can I make it? And then she was like, nowadays there are so many chances for, let me say, for students who love to let me say to study on bursary. That's through like sporting yourself. Like there are so many different sports whereby there was netball, basketball. So said at least try to advise me to take netball as one of the important items like which can push me up the level which I want. To start playing netball right from primary one, then after reaching P5, that was when like we started getting chances of going out to represent our district. At times like we go up to like let me say national level, who could come and represent the whole of our district in Kampala. Then by the time when I finished P7, I got a chance of getting like a scholarship, still like from a certain school from Arua.
Which school is that?
That was Otumbari Secondary School. It was still under Arua district, but right now they have removed like Terego, which was still under Arua district, but now they are having Terego district. So after like joining A level, that was from Otumbari, I had to study up to senior 4. After finishing senior 4, my people who were home, they wanted me to still continue from Otumbari, but still I had people from this side of Kampala whereby they had got like lots of love, like the way I used to play netball. They're like, why don't I come and play for them this side of Kampala? So I got a chance of joining A level. That was in St. Mary's 10. That was in around 2013 up to 14. I had to study like for 2 years after finishing from 10. That was A level. Then I had to also got a chance of joining Kampala University. Still, I was also on bursary. After joining Kampala University, still like I also got an opportunity of getting a club, that is KCCA. Like up to now, I'm still playing for KCCA. So by the time when I also joined KCCA, and then the chances of getting into national team also came in immediately. I had my former coach called Mr. Matuga Harris. He used to be a brilliant coach right from secondary. In fact, like the coaches which we used to have like in primary level, for them, they didn't know anything much about netball, but it was Mr. Matuga Harris, who's right now like a coach at, I think, at Koboko. I'm not so sure, but he used to be the person who used to be behind me all the time. Personally, I'm somebody who is hardworking. I don't give up. Once when they give me a chance of stepping on court, I need to put a lot of energy. I need to fight for whatever I want to achieve. Secondly, I'm someone who is so good in defense. Though I'm not a defender, but me personally, I have that feeling once when you end on a court, the first thing you need to do is to defend a lot. Once when to your send a pass, you can say like it's an automatic goal, but once when to your opponent's send a pass, so you need to work very hard, you need to defend, because most cases, people normally say that like the shooters, they don't defend, but for me personally, I feel like I'm so good in defending. Irene is someone at times when like when she's off court, she's somebody who loves church work a lot. Right now, as I talk, we are having a group called Youth Apostolate. For us, we reside in Chiabando, and I'm the vice chairperson for the Youth Apostolate in Chiabando. And most cases, once when we're at that side, like when I'm off from netball, I make sure that I encourage so many youths to get in touch with sports, because we have so many people who are just there dormant, they're doing nothing. They have the opportunities of joining groups. Let me say like there are those ones who are like looking for ways of studying. They don't have access to school fees. So at times, once when we get together like this, we normally organize our retreat programs. We go to different churches and we motivate them, we encourage them through God's word. My first time to join national team, like when they had just called me national team, that was around like 2015 World Cup, when they were training for the national team. I remember they only gave me like 2 weeks for training, which I saw it was very good for me because it was my first time to step like in the national team. But time came, like when at times you see you're so competitive, at times like you see you're better than like someone whom they want to take like at the final moment, but it can make you to say, why don't I quit the sport when you're seeing you're more better than somebody whom they are taking. There are times you can say, maybe like it's not your luck, or they don't love you. There are cases whereby the issues of favoritism, or let me say tribalism, you begin to think those negative things, but still I don't see it to be like one of the aspects like for someone to leave the sport. I've been praying for this for almost like 5 years ago, since I joined the national team. In fact, this could be my first time to play a biggest tournament in this world. Once when I'm off from netball, I need to be having other games which can be keeping me busy. For example, for basketball, I'm not so good in basketball, but still I see basketball is almost similar to netball. So once when I'm off from netball, I make that kind of time of being off like in playing basketball. I do have a club like where I play from, because once when you're having a club, or if you're playing for a club, just know that once when it's that time for playing lead, it has to be competitive like the one for netball.
Which club do you play?
I do play for A1 Challenge. I do take netball to be my first priority because it's netball which has made me to be like this. So once when they come on board, like at the same time, I just tell them openly, I'm here because of netball. So I don't want anyone to interrupt my netball. That's why right now as I talk, they are playing their second round, but I'm this side of netball and no one is disturbing me, because once when like they know that once when I'm on netball side, there's no need for them to disturb me. So once when we're done with netball things, that's when they will begin to tell me, please come for training, or like we're having games like this. That's when I'll also take a time for going for the games.
What inspired you to join politics? Like
we had a lady who got married in Maracha. Right now she's married in Maracha fully, but still she's from Terego, whereby it could not be fair for her to come and contest in Terego. So that thing really made me to get confused. I was like, why don't also go and utilize it? Because I really see it very bad. It's like we don't have people within Terego who can manage to stand for that post. So that was the main reason why I had to go and contest. That's like, it was in a hidden way, because I didn't want like so many people to know it, because I knew I was not going to manage to get like so many votes. So I had managed to contest, but I only got 2 votes. One was from me, and then the other one from my agent. So it's not bad, and it's not too late, because we still have like 2026, which is very near.